More than 100 years after the deadly second wave of the 1918 Spanish flu, the head of the World Health Organization says history could repeat itself with COVID-19, warning the worst is yet ahead. Taylor Graham looked into what that means locally. She's live now with some of those answers. Taylor.
Well, Aaron, it's been a week since we've heard of anyone in Spokane County dying from COVID-19 related illness. And while Dr. Bob Lutz is encouraged by that fact and the number of hospitalizations here, he says we aren't in the clear just yet.
We've not been at this even a month, and yet people are clamoring to have things change.
For Dr. Bob Lutz, that change can't materialize until there's a ramp up in testing.
We can no longer contain this virus, but maybe we can suppress it to the level where we can control it to some degree.
313 people in Spokane County have tested positive for COVID-19, but Lutz says that number doesn't really tell the full story because testing guidelines were so restrictive at the start of this fight. He's more focused on and encouraged by this graph outlining the county's hospitalization rate, which seems to have peaked about a month ago.
What I don't want is to see a bump up. And I do not want a bump up to occur because we've opened up the door too quickly.
So he's fine with the projection the state likely won't reopen when the stay-home order expires in 2 weeks.
It's Pandora's box. It's that monster behind the door that we've opened things up, and all of a sudden we don't like what we see. We don't like what we've opened up, and then I've got to slam the door shut.
Demonstrators across the state did their best to kick down that door this weekend at protests against the call to stay home and stay healthy.
It's pure selfishness. It's not caring about the community. It's not caring about the people that they live with and work with.
They say they want things to go back to normal. Lutz does too, just not until it's safe to do so.
My job is to keep people healthy and safe. And I'm not going to be supportive of the selfish attitude that it's all about.
Now, Lutz says new testing guidelines will roll out this week as healthcare providers will be asked to test anyone with any COVID-19 symptoms. Now, the State Department of Health had to recall 12,000 testing kits over the weekend for fear that they had possibly been contaminated. Lutz says the Spokane Regional Health District is working to figure out if any of their tests have been tainted. Aaron.